And look who's back with an incredibly fast turnaround for a part two. Well, incredibly fast for me, but because I with the first videos, I'm gonna I got this new the new Gen 4 Glock 19 to replace my tired old girl here as a house gun, a home defense gun. And I explained all the reasons why I made that switch and why I went with another Glock 19 as opposed to just staying with this Glock 19 as opposed to a new SIG or a new Smith and everything. I went to the legality of it, and I don't want to get myself aggravated again. But let's get to the point of this video. I got it to the range because I wanted to press the new one into service as soon as I can. Now, this is a loaded firearm, so I'm not going to flip it around and do crazy shit with it. So I wanted to get this one back into service as soon as possible. But before I did that, I wanted to check function on it, which is what I did. And I did a couple other things with it just to really get myself into the G19 mode again. I train with this gun. I carry this gun a lot, but I haven't really been using it so much since retirement. Because it's I tend to I don't carry on a duty belt anymore, so I'm gonna use this empty one as an example. I'm not really a carry type of guy to put this on me and carry it around. I'd rather go with like the small J frame, or the 365 or pocket 380, something like that, for personal carry. And my reasons behind, I wanted to change my home defense gun from a shotgun. I tried that 44 Magnum for a while. I had to face the facts that I just do not shoot that gun very well, at least for home defense purposes. I mean, I have some more video that I took with my revolvers today, and at one point, I promise you, I'm going to put this whole revolver thing together and make some type of cohesive video that makes sense to more people than just me and my stupid dog. I went back to the semi-auto for the home defense because of, again, it's a high capacity semi-auto. 9mm is very capable. I didn't stick with this one because it's an old Gen 2 and I can't trick it out the way I want to. It's getting a little long in the tooth, although reliability certainly has improved since I made the repairs. I can't, I documented all this before. The grip, the feel in my hand, the ancient stippling, if you want to call it stippling, the ancient texture on it, the lack of a rail to mount accessories, most importantly a flashlight, it hampered it in my mind as a home defense gun. So I went with the Generation 4. So I went to the range and I took some video, and rather than having, did a whole bunch of things at the range. And again, I always bitch about the same thing. I'm sounding like a broken record. It's usually just me with that same angle shooting at the range because I can't go down range. I can't split screen and show it. I can't hit clangers or steel. I don't have reactionary targets. I can't do meat targets or cinder blocks or water bottles or anything. It's just paper targets. And how often do you need to see me shoot and then show you a target? So just to show function, I'm going to cut to this quick video. I don't know if I'm going to put music in like an 80s montage, but I'm going to just show you. I did about 200 rounds. I went with the old range pack Winchester white box. What is this? 115 grain full metal jacket. They claim that it's going to be traveling at 1190 feet per second at the muzzle. Who cares? I'm shooting a paper. I just wanted something that was reasonably inexpensive. I wanted to put a quick 200 rounds through this gun to see how it functioned. And surprise, surprise, a Glock 19 functioned flawlessly. Let's cut to this video. And if I don't add music to it, if I don't add music to it, just kind of hum your favorite 80s tune on this montage, okay? And I'll catch you on the other side of it. Wasn't that special? What song did you hum to put in the comments? Don't put it in the comments. I really don't care. So as you can see, it functioned like a Glock 19, and that's one of the advantages. Although I was kind of pigeonholed into choosing this gun carefully so I don't shoot anybody through the screen. Although I was pigeonholed into shooting this gun, it's not without its advantages. It is a great platform, and I come well trained on it. So after that, I said, you know what? There's some of the things I did do that might be worth looking at. I decided rather than just, you know, blasting down range as you saw. I think I sped up that video too, because who needs to watch all those magazine changes? I sought to get a little more specific and a little more focused as to what I was doing. So, and I think on this next video, I'm a little more focused, trying to get a little tighter on it. This was, I think, do I want to say it's at 10 yards? I'm not entirely sure. I kept it within 10 to 15 yards on all things, except for the nightstand. 10 to 15 yards on all things. This is, I believe this is going to be, I did 3 magazines at one particular target. I split it up between center mass and headshots. 3 magazines to see what kind of accuracy I can get it. This was at like 10 to 12 yards. I still want to feel out these plastic sights to see how they did. And as you can see, you know, they did pretty well. And how do we do? Well, here's the results of that of those 3 magazines. Looking pretty good. Center mass and headshots, and then, you know, that little guy over there. Ignore that little guy over there. But other than that, you know, out of 3 magazines, I dropped 1 off the paper. You know, I would consider this threat neutralized. And once again, it's a Glock 19. I mean, we all know how they feel. We all know how they shoot. It's a damn good gun. Put that visual aid aside. Well, after that, after I felt sufficiently warmed up, then I decided, you know what? Let's try and get my. I'm probably going to wind up redoing the nightstand test on all my guns, because now I've been shooting so much with all my various pistols because of these silly videos that you guys like watching. Thank you very much, by the way. I'm expecting that all my times are going to improve, so I don't expect anything that happened on this nightstand test to be indicative of such a tremendous advantage of a Gen 4 over a Gen 2. But I did redo the nightstand test, and take a look at it. And pretty quick. And I believe that was 6 rounds. And what did I do it in? 6 rounds in 1.30 seconds. And for those of you who really care, my original nightstand test with the Generation 2 was 2.56 seconds for 6 rounds. I'm not going to show back-to-back side images of both tests like I did with the 365, because, again, I'm going to attribute this all towards the fact of the amount of practice that I've been getting. I'm getting back into Glock 19 mode. I'm getting back into more shooting mode, you know, with all these videos that I make. Even my videos are kind of few and far between, but I do actually go to the range and take a lot of video thinking I'm going to make all these fucking projects. And as it turns out, I kind of lose interest or I lose steam. So I got so many video clips of crap. Maybe, I don't know. What am I going to do with them, you know? But in any case, it's just the amount of shooting I'm doing. I think all my times are going to improve. But in any case, 1.30 seconds actually beats, kind of like it did in the original nightstand test, it beats the 1.44 seconds I did with the SIG 365 with the flat trigger. And very much like I said in that first nightstand test, it should beat it. I should be the fastest with the Glock 19. How long have I been carrying and training and shooting this same gun? I mean, I see this gun in my sleep, I think, sometimes, you know. So, yeah, I should be the fastest. I don't really see anything that I have beating this gun. Unless maybe I really want to hit that SR9, my 1911 a lot. Maybe I could beat it because of single action trigger. But I pretty much am sure that this is going to be my fastest gun. And again, that's why I wanted to incorporate it back into being my home defense gun. Like it or not, and again, these things are not sexy. Glock 19 was never the sexiest gun out there, but it is goddamn capable. It is a great combat pistol, and because of all the training I had with it, I am the most proficient at it. So that's what I did. You notice at the end of that nightstand test, I showed the target with, I think they might have had the circles around them already. That's because I was kind of running out of targets. I brought a certain amount of targets with me for these things because I thought I had a lot of things going today, and I thought I was going to do more with the 44 and 357, the GP100. And I was running out of targets because it's such a half-ass operation. So I said, you know what? I wanted to put more rounds. I didn't want to waste a whole silhouette target on just 6 rounds. Okay? Maybe I should have a Patreon account. I didn't want to waste a whole silhouette target on just 6 rounds. So I circled them off to prove to you that if I spray the fucking shit out of that target for something else I was going to put on video, that those were the actual 6 rounds for a nightstand target. Okay, as if I couldn't just poke 6 holes and lie to you anyway. But you know, it's the kind of integrity that makes me so famous. So in any case, that was a result of that. But I did rehang that target, and from there I decided, you know what, let's get even more fun, because I was having fun with this gun. Listen, these are fun guns to shoot. I decided to not dump 3 mags, but I just want to see how many headshots. Why is this necessary in the real world? I don't know. Maybe if you're fighting a zombie with a giant pumpkin head, I want to see how many headshots I could put on that same silhouette target. So, you know, here we go with this video. Take a look. Was that special? It just dawned on me. I didn't show you a nightstand target, but you see, I think you saw in the video. This is the actual one because I had them circled. Remember? Did I circle them? I don't know, but I'm not even reviewing my own shit. But here's the same target, and then I decided to put 3 magazines at the head, and I think that's sufficient amount of headshots. So maybe 1, 2, 3. Let's call that 3, maybe 4. Forget those little guys too. Okay. You see, when you can blow out holes in the paper like that. Wherever I was about, you know, I pushed it back. This wasn't at 7 yards anymore. I pushed this back to about 10 yards. Again, you know, I'll continue beating this dead horse until it gets up and rides again. Glock 19. There's a reason why. There's a reason why it's so popular. It's a goddamn good gun. So what I did the montage. I showed you all the shooting I'm going to do. Let me collect my thoughts, and we'll put a bow on this. I'll put a bow on this one for you. Okay, so what's the takeaway? Let's put a big bow on this. Hopefully, I'm going to keep this video short. I'm going to try and shorten my videos a little bit from now, unless I really have something to talk about, because I think I talk too fucking much. The bow on this one is, despite my initial anger and fury that I had towards being pigeonholed into getting essentially the same gun as a newish gun as the gun I've had since 1994. Because of the laws of my state. Despite my initial anger, I have to admit, you know what? It was for the best. I got it at a very reasonable price. That gun was under $400. You know, it was very lightly used, under $400. And look at what you get for that money, even in the state of New York. I mean, it really is. It's everything that I remember it as, and it's everything that I think a high capacity semi-automatic should be. I think it's going to be perfect for a home defense gun. I have a few things on order that I'm going to start hanging on it. I'll take you through each of the projects. It's going to basically turn out to be the same gun that probably most of you already have somewhere, or some version of that gun. And when it's all said and done, although I was angry that I couldn't maybe get the guns that I was really leaning towards, it's probably the best that I stayed at that, because as I said, I come pre-trained. So in retrospect, you spent $350 for a Glock 19 Generation 4. It's a smarter move for me where I live with my level of training than spending over $1,100-$1,200 on a SIG 229 or a SIG 2226. Or spending all this money on some more other exotic things in other calibers. Although I really do I will own a 357 SIG. I will do that because I think it's a great caliber. For what I need for the job that I had, or for the job opening that I had for a gun, this really was the right choice that I was forced into. But now that I consider it with a calmer head, this was a great way to go. If you're going to be pigeonholed and stuck into getting a gun, getting a Gen 4 Glock 19, that's not the worst thing that can happen to you. And I'm pretty happy to have that opportunity to have it. And that's about it. It's flawless. I expect it to be flawless. I expect it to go at least 30 years. I expect it to go at least 30 years and not develop any type of malfunction that I have to address until its 25th, 26th, or 27th year. And I think it's just going to be because things start wearing out. I expect that. I fully expect it out of that Glock 19, because that's what I got out of this Glock 19. So, we'll see what the future holds. Next video is probably going to be, I took a lot of video. I really am going to try and get a single action, double action revolver thing together. I'm going to get some footage about my GP100. I'm going to do a little revolver, because you know what? I see a lot of videos when it comes to revolvers, and I've self-professed I'm a revolver guy, and maybe I'm an old man because I see some of the videos with revolvers out there, and a lot of you guys, you're not familiar with revolvers at all, are you? It's kind of strange. So maybe I might do a little video about running a revolver, and at least how we were trained in the NYPD to do it, because it's what I was my first 4 years of my career. It's second nature to me. So maybe I'll do something like that, more like a theme thing. You guys seem to like my theme videos, so maybe I'll get one of those. But other than that, my next video is probably going to be, as the stuff I ordered comes in, it's probably going to be mounting sights, the flashlight that I got, swapping out a few of the controls maybe to make this thing a little slicker. As I said, I don't think I'm going to change the trigger, but we'll go with that. And then when it's all said and done, I'm probably going to get this out and make another video on part 3 as to how it functions when I do magazine swaps, another nightstand test with a light attached. I'll bring it up, hit the light, turn it on, and do that type of thing. Why not? I don't think I've seen one of those that much on the internet, so maybe you guys are interested, and we'll get times on it, see if I can improve it, and we'll go from there. In any case, thanks for the view. Enjoy the rest of whatever day this is for you, and we'll see you next time.